It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tyrone Lowe. This is my show, The Legends. I want to thank everybody that showed me love all over the world. Without you guys, The Legends will not even be here. And I thank you guys with a lot of love. Today on my show, I have somebody that's been on my show, but he's still on my show, and it looks like he's always going to be on my show. But he's actually celebrating 40 years of being in the business. And he's a very cool brother. We communicate all the time. And in the House of the Legends, I give you Mr. Toney Lee. What's going on, T?
What's up, brother? How are you, man?
Man, welcome to my show, The Legends, you know. Now,
I am honored, brother.
You've been on my show like twice already, but
Yes,
we
yes.
never actually had to do it in a TV studio setting. So this is more a little bit more intense than doing virtual.
Glad to be
So
here.
in the beginning for you, let's talk about the beginning, man, because
Yeah.
we all got beginnings on how we actually took those steps to be where we are right now. So tell the viewers a little bit about how you started, and then I got some questions I want to ask you about, you know, as far as that's concerned.
As they say, sounds like a plan. I've been singing, man, since I was 13 years old. And I started singing in the church choir at Mount Lebanon MLBC, Mount Lebanon Baptist Church, Brooklyn, New York.
Okay.
And my mother, my sister, my brother, they all sang in the choir. So that was a natural thing for me.
Right.
My brother was also in doo-wop. My brother's name is Toney Love.
Okay.
And he used to sing with a doo-wop group. And we had a little piano in the living room of my grandmother's house. We used to live together. And I would see him and his friends come over, and they'd be doo-wop, doo-wah, doing their thing. And I'd just be the little kid listening.
Right.
But it caught my ear. Then my grandfather had a band called John English in his society orchestra.
Right.
And he had a jazz band. So his jazz cats used to come over, the trombone player,
Right.
sax player. So there was always music in the house, man. So it motivated me.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's in my DNA. So, you know, my mother told me, she heard me singing at 13. It said, son, you can sing. That's all I need to know. That's all I need to know.
So
Yes, sir.
your first time in the studio, man, let's talk about, because I know that you built it up to that point where you
Yes,
got
sir.
on a professional level.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So there was a record that you had actually recorded
Yeah.
that never really came out. You want to talk about that?
Well, there's a bunch of records. But, you know, and excuse my voice, audience, I'm a little hoarse. I got my remedy here, so I'm coming through. I thank my man having me here today. And because I like to keep my word. There were a couple of songs, but one song in particular,
Right.
a song called My Baby Loves Me. It's produced by Paul Simpson, the man Paul Simpson, myself, and G.B. Bussey. And we were in the studio with the
Right.
engineer, I think his name was Jim Lyons, I believe.
Okay.
And we was in the studio, and the record was on and popping, man. We were in the studio, we were there like 24 hours, loving it. We went directly from the studio to Merlin Bob's office.
Oh, okay.
Directly.
Okay.
And he was at Electric Records at the time.
Right.
Man, you couldn't have told us this record wasn't gonna pop. We got, we ready. It's another reach up. We going.
Right.
Man, Maryland, for whatever reason, didn't take it. Jump Street put it out. Didn't happen.
Wow.
One of my favorite records, though. Y'all go listen to that. My Baby Loves Me, Toney Lee's on Jump Street Records. It's one of those records I listened to and said, it should have happened. Didn't happen. What are you
Right.
gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You move on, you know.
And so from there,
Yeah.
what happened? I mean, you elevated yourself to the point where you came out with Reach Out.
Oh, yeah.
So, because I remember when that first came out, I was playing in Club Ecstasy at the time when I got it.
Sure.
So the black and white version, I had a promotional.
Kenny Floyd, William Day.
Exactly.
Remember like it was yesterday.
I played it,
Yes.
and and everybody got on the floor.
Oh,
Everybody reached to the top.
Oh, yeah.
And then I got home and I started playing a little bit more because I was doing, at that time I was doing my little mixed cassette tapes.
Oh, I remember
Then
that,
I
bro.
found out that it was a cappella version of it.
Yes, sir.
And I was throwing out a cappella with a whole lot of stuff. You know what I mean?
It makes it in.
And stuff. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But tell me,
Yeah.
at this point, that you were growing through the industry.
Yes, yes.
Can you talk about any challenges?
Oh, so many challenges, man. What I can say is this: at that time, it was really about singles, really, not albums per se.
Right.
And so there were a lot of independent labels. You know what I mean? You had Tommy Boy,
Right.
Radar, which I was on Radar.
Exactly.
And everybody was trying to. It was a hit or miss game. Like you put a record out, if it hit, fine. If not, move on.
Right.
So I think that tempered a lot of artists like myself, who should have been album-orientated artists, because that's the kind of gift that God gave me. But it wasn't that type of industry at the time, unless you hooked up to something that was working, like D-Train, who's a good friend of mine, great artist. When he was over there, what's the label D-Train was on?
Prelude.
And they had 2 or 3 hits in a row, album. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think for me, being an album-oriented artist, management, working with people to create longevity.
Right.
I didn't have that as much as I would like to. But when you take a record like Reach Up, and we'll talk about You Ain't Really Down, Status 4,
Right.
those records have become classic records around the world.
And they still being played today.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are now.
It's like if a dance floor is actually dead,
Yes.
all you have to do is throw on one of those. Even it'll start the party.
Get the party started, brother. And listen, I am grateful to DJs like yourself, all my friends and fans all over the world who they have kept Reach Up and You Ain't Really Down alive till this day.
Right.
And that's why celebrating this 40 years,
Right.
I look back at all of that, the people, the places, the times,
Right.
the fun, the music, and how it motivated people, man.
Right.
And it's been a great ride, brother.
When you guys did your live performance down here at
Yeah.
BronxNet, it was incredible.
Yeah, big time, big fun,
And
big fun.
the viewers was like, wow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So,
man.
Status 4.
Yes.
Let's talk about how you actually merged with them.
Okay.
And how y'all made it happen.
Well, those are my brothers, first and
Right,
foremost.
okay.
And so we've known each other over 30 years.
Okay.
And, how we came together on that record, Don't Stop Keep Rising, was our good friend,
Right.
Mr. Victor Simonelli.
Right.
Victor.
And I'm shouting out to you, Victor.
Vic.
You're the man.
You are the man.
I was on the phone with
baby.
him the other day in England, man. He's such a
That's my
perfect
brother. My brother from another brother. My brother from another mother.
beautiful
No,
guy,
he's
man.
a great person. And you know what? I just celebrated my 69th birthday, September 12th.
Okay.
And Victor's birthday was September 8th.
And mine was September 2nd.
Come on, son.
So,
Come
you
on.
know.
Virgo's in the house, baby. Virgo's
So
in the house.
let's talk about
Yes.
the new track.
Yes.
What it represents briefly before we get the viewers to really listen to it.
Okay.
And what it represents. And after we play it, we're going to collaborate on it because people, you definitely got to hear this track. It has a lot of meaning, a lot of substance.
Yeah.
And I believe that it should be an anthem. So let's talk about that, Tony.
Well, to say this, I wrote some poetry during the George Floyd situation. And it bothered me. It bothered me about the hypocrisy in this country when it comes to color, people of color, and the arrest and all of that. And so it just poured out of me. And so that piece, I Have the Right to Live, Victor and his son came over to my house and actually recorded me doing the poetry. And then I didn't really hear anything from him. 6 months later, he said, T, I got a track. He came to the studio. I was working on something else.
Right.
He played me the track. I was blown away. And so we had to do it. So we did it. And what we wanted to say was that, we all have the right to live.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so Black Lives Matter for sure. And all lives matter. So we have to treat people right. And you know what I'm saying? And
Right.
we cannot always fall into this racist bias situation where we're not growing as a people in terms of humanity.
Right.
And so I wrote this so that people would get the idea that, we have the right to live. Don't denigrate anyone. You know what I mean? Let people be who they are, and let's respect one another. And that's why the lyric came out so poignant to me, and people around the world have been reacting.
It's funny because I just happened to call you.
Yes.
And at that moment, I don't know if it was a God thing or whatever, but I
Oh, it
called
probably
you and you
was.
said, I got this track. And I remember you giving it to me. I said, well, I'm getting ready to do a Mixcloud, so let me just go ahead and do it. Plus,
right.
I said, and I played it for LWR, because I play for LWR every Saturday.
Yeah.
Patricia calls me up and says, what's the name of that? Then I said, I got to give it to my girl, Yaya. You know?
Yeah. Shout her out. That's my
But listen,
girl.
what we're going to do right now is
Yes.
we're going to take a little break.
Okay.
And we're going to listen to the track.
Okay.
You guys go out there, listen to this track, support it, play it. Not only that, comprehend it.
Yes,
okay? And we'll be right back.
It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.
My assignment, my calling is to inspire, uplift.
You have to make sure your people are partying.
All I want to do is just bring joy to the dance floor and watch people dance.
Tino.
Let's go.
I'm an American, a black American, and I have the right to live. I'm an American, a black American, and I have the right to live. When you see me, what do you see first? A subject, a threat, a suspect? Because I'm black? Does my humanness ever come into your view? For you. Stop being colorblind. See me for who I am. You see, I'm an American, a black American, and I have the right to live.
For the love of house.
The dynamic soul sounds of
For the love of
DJ
dance.
Tyrone Lowe. DJ Tyrone Lowe. DJ Tyrone Lowe.
That's nice.
DJ Tyrone Lowe. The dynamic soul sounds of DJ Tyrone Lowe.
And we're back. My name is Tyrone Lowe. This is my show, The Legends, and I have in the house Mr. Toney Lee.
What's up?
Tony,
Yes,
now
sir.
this track right here is very intensive.
Yes.
You know, it's not only a dance track,
Yeah.
but it has a lot of meaning to it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
tell the viewers what was you actually going through when you actually said to myself, I have to really put this down in a way where it could paint a picture.
Well, I think the greatest thing is that I was writing out of my feelings.
Right.
And so the poetry started to flow. And that was the first piece. I have the right to live. And so I was really saying, you know, that I want to see justice, you know, for our people. And I want everyone to know that treat us fairly like we treat you fairly. Let's all walk together in love.
Right.
So in order to do that, right? We got to allow each other to live, right? So that was the premise of it all.
Okay.
And so the response that I've been getting from around the world has been phenomenal. Now, we haven't gotten a lot of play here.
Right.
I'm glad you've played it, certain DJs, but I really want other people to get on this because it's a lesson about brotherhood. It's a lesson about respect. It's a lesson about who we are as a people, and we have the right to live.
You know, I look at it as a reflection.
Yes, of course.
You know,
of course.
there's a lot of things that's going on today where
course.
I always look at the book of Revelation, you know,
To tell
because
you, brother.
it says, to me, it's noted that this is really what's supposed to be going on.
Yeah.
If you really look at the book of Revelation.
Oh, yeah.
And I wish that the pastors and people that are ordained to speak more about it so people could have a clear understanding about what's going on.
Like the whole idea, I am my brother's keeper.
Right.
Because we are.
You know, I believe truly in the unification process. That's why I try to stay around perfect energy. But we're going to switch this
All right.
right now.
Switch it up.
So tell me, what's the funniest thing that ever happened to you in your career?
Have you got all the time in the world,
Hey,
bro?
well, hey, they got the time. They want to listen. They're going to listen.
You
Go ahead.
know, my career has had ups and downs, but through it all, I've kept my faith and my humor. All right, a million stories. Here's one. Celebrity Club,
Okay.
135th Street, Harlem.
Right.
I'm performing that night. Me and my brother, he's my road manager. So we get up there. I got this beautiful blue suede outfit on, blue suede shoes, hat, the nine. So I'm ready to do my thing. I get up on the stage and I start doing my thing. So I'm into the second song and I'm noticing my foot don't feel right.
Oh,
so I'm
wow.
like, what's happening?
Right.
The heel was coming off my shoe.
Wow.
And so I'm singing, reach up, everybody reach to the top. Everybody reach up, don't stop, don't
Right,
stop.
right.
And I'm saying, okay, I cannot come down on my foot because the heel is gone.
Coming off, right.
So I said, I'm gonna hop off the stage, and I hopped off the stage all the way into the dressing room.
Right.
And no one knew nothing. And when I came out, somebody said, man, there's a lot of energy, bro. They had no idea the heel was off the shoe. Lord have mercy.
You know,
Funny stuff.
for 40 years and still following your dream. That's incredible.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You know, and you're still doing it, you know.
Yeah.
I always see you. You're always GQ. I'm like,
So
this guy's another Steve Harvey. You know what I'm saying?
I like you before Steve. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, doing
you
my
know, it's good to know that you're giving back in the sense of making sense to a lot of artists that's really that's trying these days.
Sure,
You know.
sure.
And my question to you is,
Yeah.
can you give any spoken words to all the new upcoming artists that's just trying to actually project themselves right now, rather it's acting, singing, or any type of entertainment that they're into right now? Can you?
Well, yeah, okay. I think the most important thing here, stay true to who you are. Don't change.
Right.
Be who you are. Because the more, the more authentic you are, the more people will appreciate what you do.
Right.
Okay? So whether it's acting, singing, whatever it is, right? Learn the business of music and the business of entertainment because a lot of pitfalls, right? A lot of dangerous people out there, a lot of people who are negative. And you got to understand what this business is
Right.
and how you can make what you're supposed to make and be successful from the show and the business part of it. So learn the business that you're in.
Okay.
That I can tell you.
So Tony, are you writing, producing for other people as well, or have you?
Well, yeah, you know, Paula Brion
Okay.
just had a thing with her on
Right.
Saturday.
And Paula was on my show not too long ago.
Hey, that's my girl.
yeah.
That's my girl.
I tell you what her nickname is, right? I
Yes.
call her Lolita and Jocelyn.
Yeah,
She's
yo.
like a combination of both.
She got the pipes. Bro. She
Exactly.
got the pipes. I want to do something with her
Right.
in the future. Status 4. I have a project called the Diamond Rich Project.
Right.
And that project is going to really bring up a lot of young artists under one umbrella.
Okay.
Writing and producing some stuff for that
Okay,
as
that's
we
great.
speak right now.
So Tony, let's talk about the brothers building bridges.
Oh, yeah.
Let's
yeah.
touch on that because that's kind of heavy.
Well, that's a mentoring program
Okay.
out of Brooklyn, New York, and it's 8 of us, and I've been with them 10 years.
Okay.
And we work out of schools, CS 21, in Brooklyn. And it's kids, young boys from 9 to 12.
Right.
Excuse me. We work with them, and we are trying to help them to grow as young men of character. Miss Brown Hall works with us, and it's been a blessing, man, to see these kids, you know, come in, they're a little rough on the edge, but they come in and they sit down and they want to learn. And we teach them about growing up, integrity, right? Truthfulness, honesty, you know, visionaries, dreamers, you know what I mean? And when you see them talk sometimes, you see the light bulb pop, right? And you can see that this kid's got it. And so we hone in on that. And we have worked, I've been there 10 years. It's been in existence 13 years. I have worked with over 300 kids, over 300. And now some of them have gone to college.
Right.
They're doing television, they're doing radio. It's an amazing thing.
So, Tony, how does it feel that a brother or one of those that you actually mentored come up to you and say, you know what, I thank you for where I'm at today? How did that make you feel?
Oh, brother, it's there's no better feeling in the world because they are significant to me because I've been blessed in my career,
right?
And I want to give back to that, and by seeing them start to flourish from junior high school to high school to college, it's like, you know what I'm saying? I'm in my own way. I'm helping them see the vision, and keep the dream alive. So
you know that's very important, man. That we actually aim toward the youth, you know, right now because a lot of messages needs to be out there so they can actually absorb.
Oh, so much, man, so much. You know,
and it's very good that people like you are actually out there that cares.
Oh yes.
You know, and just bringing it to them and let them accept it to the point where they plant that root and they just branch off.
And they branch off, man. They branch off. And we have a website, right? Brothersbuildingbridges.org.
Okay.
You can come to the website. You'll see what we're doing. We're working with the mayor's office, Eric Adams.
Okay.
Shout out to E.
All right.
And people there. So, you know, God is moving us in the right direction.
I got a joke for you.
Oh, tell me too.
I think you should run for president.
If I was your president. That's my slogan. Right there, right there.
You know, let's talk about some current events. Now, are you writing any stuff that's going to be coming out soon? Well, I know that you're supposed to be doing something, but I'm just saying, tell the viewers some of the current events and things that you're working on right now.
Well, a lot of things going on. We have a gig coming up on Sunday. Right, at Jackie Robinson
Soul Committee.
Band Show. Soul Committee is there. Status 4 myself. We're going to be doing that. I've gotten offers from Detroit, right, Chicago, to come out there and do some things.
Right.
And like I said, this Diamond Rich project that I'm really focusing on that because I have young talent and I want to work with that talent and be able to create something great song-wise. You know what I mean? As a songwriter, always want to have something to say. And that's why the new one, I Have the Right to Live, gives you an indication of what I'm talking about. So that's my direction. Real music, real people, bring something to the table and let someone feel it. That's why, as an inspirational soul artist, that's what I bring to the game. And the people I work with, I want them to bring the same thing to the game.
You know, like we spoke earlier, and I talked about, you know, after 40 years, I think that you should actually put a book out there and share your strength, hope, and experience, man.
Well, you know, excuse me, I was approached by a organization about doing my memoirs.
Okay.
So I guess it's about that time. You know,
it is about that time. Come on, man.
Listen, that one story, I got a million of them. A million of them, believe me.
You know, it's funny, man, that you have an artist like you that has planted a lot of seeds in the industry, and people are still looking at you as a classical brother with class.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
When they mentioned Toney Lee, you heard nothing but great things about you.
Thank God. I give God all the glory.
You know, and to have you on my show, man, it's like really, really, really epic.
It was hard, baby.
You know, I remember when we first shot down here, and Toney Lee and Status 4 did their thing.
Yes.
That was epic.
Yeah.
That's a classic in my book because I'm like,
I'm so glad.
It's no way that I used to be back in those days, and here you are in front of me.
I'm here, brother.
But
yeah.
listen, man, it's been an honor, man. I
Thank
mean,
you,
a
brother.
real honor
Thank
and
you,
a
brother.
God-blessing honor to
Thank
have
you,
you on my show.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And come again.
I'll be in better voice next time. I promise.
Okay.
I promise.
And support his music. Go to YouTube, check him out. If you're new to him, check it out. If you're old to him, check it out.
Check it out.
So y'all stay tuned for another T Love Beater production, and y'all have a nice day.
It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.
We got some fun people in the house tonight.
This is our house. It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.